So, boom! Listen, guys, what are you saying? It's Friday, foggy night, and nothing's going down. Football is finished. You want me to tuck you in? Give me 2 seconds, guys. We got Christmas first. Yeah. You got Christmas first. Yes. Yep. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm back. I hope you didn't see me in my boxers. I'll tell you who's going to have their pants pulled down. The Arsenal fans and Mikel Arteta, because for me, mate. Imagine Man United and Spurs have shocking seasons. But somehow, some way, they're going to win a cup. Where's this? Has anyone seen Gray? He's AFC Gray. He's some Arsenal fanatic, Arteta fanatic, more than anything. And he's picking up pace on Twitter. And he's gone, if Arteta doesn't win, by the way, he's pro Arteta. I mean, top Gooner style. He's going to be inducted any moment if he continued like this. But I mean, he threw a spanner in the works today because he went, if Arteta doesn't win anything by the end of next season, then I will be Arteta out. So he's holds my sentiments of a few weeks ago. If he fails to win a trophy out of the 4 available after another summer of spending, then he will need to be replaced. Although I'm happy with what he does so far, that's where I'm at. So he's happy, but at the same time, he's like, I'd rather. So someone's gone. Then who's going to come in for him, Mr. Know-It-All? And he goes, I'd rather he didn't go. I hope he wins us every trophy and stays for a long time. But after this summer, 1 billion would have been spent. And that's the facts of the matter. He might be doing a good job. He might be doing a fabulous job, as Top Gunnar Bakeland would say about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because that's what this is really. It's a fabulous job. Because no trophies, but yeah, second, never threatened to really win the league. It's all been smoke and mirrors apart from the first time. And to spend 1 billion and not get a return is mad. It's mad. No matter how you spin it, it's just mad. What would you say? £1 billion spent and no trophies. Is that a good return?
Can't look at it like that.
See, here we go. Because it's not black and white. Because you have to look at the league position, which is very important. Look at the money he's accumulated in that time. However, you win trophies, you get even more money, more commercial revenue, more global success, more accolades. But hey, Newcastle won the League Cup. And this I predicted, by the way, a few years back. But obviously, we was meant to win a trophy as part of the big lot. So Newcastle win. I didn't predict the European stuff. It was only domestic. So I said, like, a Newcastle will win the League Cup. Chelsea win an FA Cup. Arsenal might win the league. Do you know what I mean? And someone's going to win Charity Shield. So every trophy will be distributed. And if we're lucky, and bonuses, European Cups. So like we've got Newcastle, they've won something. Spurs or Man United could win the Europa. Chelsea are going to win the Conference League. Do you know how mad that is? Chelsea are going to win the Conference League. Liverpool have already won the league, and Man City, in a dross year, in one of their worst years, could win the FA Cup. And then there's Arsenal, who are 1-0 down, who didn't show nothing in the PSG game. That's what's worrying. We didn't show much. What you saying, JBRS? What we saying? Are we saying Man United have had a better season than Arsenal if you win the Europa? What we saying, Abs? If Man City win the FA Cup and Arsenal win nothing, have they had a better season? Have Man United had a better season if they win the Europa and Arsenal win nothing? Have Spurs had a better season? You know where I'm going. Everyone is going to win a trophy but the Arsenal. Sod law. And of course, we're going for the hardest one. So it makes it more difficult. The probabilities is a slight chance. Although, you know what I find staggering? After the Real Madrid game, we were favourites, probability-wise. This is Opta, to win the Champions League. Now, we're least favourites with 12%, 12.8%, something like that. It's flipped completely. Whole 360. In fact, it's a 180. Arsenal turning into... Yes, Jordan. We are Pochettino Spurs. That's what this is, Pochettino Spurs, you know. Continental football. Oh, this wizard of a manager. You know, every now and again pulls out a rabbit out of a hat, but then just hasn't got the balls across the line. Hasn't got that bit between the teeth. Arteta. At least you won a trophy 6 years ago. Yeah. It was actually 5 years ago. But I know what you're saying, 6 seasons. 6 seasons ago, we won the FA Cup. It felt beautiful. I remember exactly how I felt. I thought we was really going to kick on. I thought we was going to kick on. But we regressed and ended up finishing 8th. It was very worrying. For a while, we was 15th. And I was even saying bringing Pochettino. I remember saying bringing Poch. I'm done. On one of the old podcasts, you'll find it on there somewhere. I was saying I was so desperate. I was saying bring Pochettino in, bring in Mourinho, bring in whoever. Arteta's dead food. But he improved. But at what expense? AFC fans, aka Comedy Central FC, always getting... I know, you know why we get carried away? Shall I tell you why, Abs? Because for a long time, we've been poked. We've been poked at a lot of fan bases, like even ones that shouldn't even be talking. You know, everyone, it's the narrative is cool to kick Arsenal. It's saying a sob story, but this is the truth. I mean, Arsenal beat Real Madrid and culture cams and Flex and them are doing emergency pods and TalkSport are doing extra content and it's all flowing. When we lose, it's even more so. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And that's why we get carried away, because we're just defending ourselves, because you lot are actually ridiculous. And then you lot spin it on us and say, oh, your fan base is ridiculous. No. We're just defending ourselves. Because fan bases like Man City really shouldn't be talking to Arsenal. Talk to Chelsea. And Man United you can talk to, because they're your neighbours, but you shouldn't really involve Arsenal. You and Liverpool had a love affair going on for the best part of 7 years. And now Arsenal, you know, we've pricked your backs. We've got your back up, and now you know you don't think you can come for us, the third most successful club in British history. And can you believe this weekend we got a set of games and no one cares? Nobody, there's nothing to play for. League is done, dada. Relegation's done, dada. All it is top 4. Second place is a bit of jeopardy. Look, I didn't even know Wolves and Man City were playing right now. Who knew that? That's Kate's vibrator. No joke. It was this. Like, who knew Wolves and Man City were playing? I didn't know that. Jesus Christ. What's the lineup? Mamouche, Doku. I might have to put that on. Was it Friday night? Yes, they need to bring Friday night football back. Bring it back. What's tomorrow? Villa, Fulham, 12:30. Arsenal, Bournemouth, late kickoff. Okay, at least I got that. I can watch that later on. That'd be good. I just hope we win. But we really need to put out a weakened team. We really need to put out a weakened team unless he wants to do a madness. We are close. You ain't close. You've got another 3 titles to go. That's not close, bro. And how many FA Cups? You ain't close. You ain't close. It's about 12 trophies between us. Same. Never realised till about 5-6 p.m. today. What, Jordan? So what? What? Oh, but it was a game. How did you know that's what you meant? I'll be really sorry. I'll be forgetting everything that's been said. Where's your phone? Can you put the TV on, please? Where's the remote? Oh, you definitely nearly saw me with my boxers. And that's the thing. I never do a show with my boxers. But I just had a shower. Wicked. Whew. Tell you what, a prolonged shower. Something gratifying about it. I haven't bathed in about 100 days, guys. Ever that my job stinks. We all stink. There's a few men that smell beautiful. But the majority of us, we stink. You only smell inside the vans. It's a madness. Inside the vans is a madness. Like, I used to go in clean. I used to feel like my garms were very clean. I used to feel like mad sitting on the nah, I don't give a rat. You want to see my hands when I get back home, they're black. You can't see it. You can see it's something in your hands, but it's all blended in with your skin. But as soon as you wash your hands, bomba clot, the stuff that comes off your hands is crazy. Absolute mental. The amount of germs that must be on my hands, all them letters and parcels, and the steering wheel. Man, I've been scratching their nuts and all. Oh man, butters. All right, let's get the Man City game on then. You know, who knows? That's what I'm saying. It's dead. It's actually dead. We've got to be preparing for next season now. Basically, the end of the season, we've got a whole. We just got to wait for the Europa Conference and Champions League, and we better hope Arsenal's in it. Otherwise, it's going to be a dark summer for the Arsenal. I'm telling you, a dark. All the Groikes in the world can't save what just happened. All the Groikes in the world can't save that. All I know is in the summer, Arsenal needs to do an absolute madness. Groikes needs to come in, Zubimendi needs to come in, and there needs to be an adequate replacement for or a plan in place to have Partey's contract extended and have someone else take his place and move Saka centrally along with Groik. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's got to do it somehow, some way. City have lost 10 league titles. City have 10 league titles, 7 FA Cups, 8 League Cups, 1 Champions League, 1 Cup Winners' Cup, 1 Super Cup, and 1 FIFA Cup. Miles behind Arsenal. Miles behind. Arsenal have 13 league titles, 14 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, 1 Champions League runners-up, 1 Cup Winners' Cup, and 17 Charity Shields or 21, I can't remember. What we saying, Charlie boy? I didn't even know you lot were playing, and they say you got a little bit. You had no history. Listen, you still got no. Your history is very recent. You've got to remember, it's very recent. Pep is the reason why you have history. Basically, you lot had 1 wall and a foundations for a yard. That's it. Pep come and slapped on some cement. He come and slapped on done some plastering. He even slapped down the floor and then he varnished it and then he slapped in a 80-inch TV. My man turned a 2-bedroom house in Edmonton into a 6-bedroom yard with an annex. That's what he did. Have some respect. Why are you telling us UK runners up in a cup? Did I say that? Did I say that, Charlie boy? Did I say? What did I say? Cup win. What did I say? 13 league titles, 14 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, 1 Champions League runners-up, 1 Cup Winners' Cup. I don't understand, Charlie boy. Nah, they had a little boy history, like a real little boy. Little boy, you know. Yes, you did 1 runners-up. Well, we won it, but you know, I want to put asterisks next to it. But you know, if I say Arsenal won it, people ain't not, you know what I mean? They're gonna be up in arms. But you know, it was a bought game. You know, the referees were bought, so and I'm sure one of them man was offside for their goal, and it was just, it was just a mess. Just a mess. You said runners up in the Champions League. I said we won one runners up Champions League final against the cheating team. Eti was off. You see, VAR. So if we go by today's rules and whatever, Arsenal Champions League winners. You know what I mean? It's like when Liverpool won the COVID Premier League. That's what I liken it to. So it's very similar. Proud of that runners-up medal, ain't you? That Arsenal thing. You know what? I don't know about you, Charlie, but nights like that, you know, just making it to the Champions League final and having a record that we had and the team that we had, that back four, that makeshift back four to make the final. I mean, we already before the ball was even kicked in a final, we had won the hearts of the people and the Champions League. We kind of revived it that year. And I just felt that, due to politics, for Arsenal ended up becoming runners-up. But, you know, really, we had won the game before the game. So that's why I said asterisk next to our one. And we don't put the trophy up because, you know, on the stadium, and it's because, you know, because we're humble. We're humble like that. No, you would have... No. Right, who's it now at the door? Because I'm in my boxes for real.
Right, you can carry on with what you're doing. No, you can't multitask. You don't need to do anything.
What is it? Who is it? He rang twice. Anticlimactic.
I bet it's the same guy.
That was the year Henry said that. Henry was a right Wanker. After that, he was a bad breed. After that, and he planted some seeds in Adebayor's head, and Adebayor was moving. Yeah, but there wasn't. There must be a parcel downstairs, Kate. What did you order? She ordered so much crap.
No, it's the same guy. I can see it.
Oh, is it? Oh, good. We should have answered the door because he might. You should have spoken to him from the scene. That final, Dino tapped him up. Dino was tapping him up before, but you could see him talking to him in that. It's bad, isn't it? Yeah, it's heavy. It hurts. Hurts me slapping me around with it.
He was bashing me up. He whacked my kneecap with it.
Now you can't lay down because you get your tooth. You whack me in the eye, yeah?
You bit your tooth?
No, he'll whack you in the tooth for that. You've got to be careful.
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
For a club so concerned with transfer strategy and margins, Arsenal have been so wasteful. Listen, bro. Listen, listen. I've been saying it all season, and I've said it in many a podcast or many a lives, that we've brought, like, I mean, if we just look at it, we forget the Cedric Suarez in there, man. We get Zinchenko left back. Boom. It's working swimmingly. One bad game, that's it. The wheels are falling off, yeah? He goes and buys Timber. So that's now 60 million on 2 left backs. This is 2 summers. Timber gets injured first game. Boom. Says, you know what, I've got another idea. Let's buy Calafiori. That's 90 million buff on 3 left backs in 3 summers. Yet we're very short in attack. That's wasteful. That's so fucking wasteful. Then the other one is that there's more. There's a long list, and this is where he shows his naivety and his and this is where he shows his youthfulness in the game, because he doesn't know who he wants first time. He doesn't. His talent ID is not up. He's very indecisive. He's decisive. He's not decisive at all. So we went and sold Martinez. Went and sold Leno. Went and bought Ramsdale for bloody 25 million. Then he goes and gets who had 2 fantastic seasons. Makes a couple of mistakes at the end, costs us the league. Boom. Then he goes and buys Raya, the goalkeeper that he supposedly really wanted. Yeah, okay, bloody hell. Bloody hell, we had 2 other adequate goalkeepers before we even bought Ramsdale. In fact, it might even be better than Ramsdale, but still, you still want to spend the P. You have to spend that P. That's what, another 90 million on goalkeepers. Then we got to sort out the Xhaka situation. That never got sorted out properly. So what is he going to do? He goes and buys Havertz. Didn't work out. 65 million. Boof. Again, we're light in attack, and that's wasteful. And that's why we end up at 750 and everyone's scratching their bollocks thinking, why are we so short? Why are we so short? Henry was the first man off the Titanic. He wasn't the first man. And you know what, actually? When he left the Titanic, he wasn't the Titanic. When he left, we nearly won the league the season after he left. Thank you very much. With Eduardo Adebayor, Van Persie. But obviously, the cool thing was to rough Arsenal up and break their legs. And that's what happened. Gallas had a meltdown and boom. Rest was history. Ended up finishing third by 4 points, 5 points. Now, Henry was one of the last. Thank you. Well, he wasn't the last, but Lundberg was the last, I think. But Henry just... Wenger had a plan for Henry, and he wanted Henry to be the Dennis Bergkamp now of the team and have Adebayor be the legs and Adebayor be the legs and Van Persie be the killer. See, we've had 2 killers up front with Henry's now and whatever, but Henry just didn't. He wanted to go and do other things, and he just didn't want to stay for that project because it was a youth project, really. Like Jack Wilshere with Henry and them, man. It would have been sick. It would have been sick, but Henry didn't have the balls for it. What would Zidane achieve at Arsenal if he was Arsenal manager in 2019? I don't know. It's hard to say. Arsenal was still great without the likes of Vieira, Bergkamp, Overmars, etc. When Henry left, the party was over. That party was over, but it was a new team, and we played fantastic football with Nasri, Hleb, Rosicki, did I say Cesc already? Adebayor, Van Persie. Some of the football was ridiculous. Diaby, beautiful at times, beautiful. And I just feel that Wenger needed 3 seasons with that team, but we could never keep them together. I had to sell one player every year. He just needed 3 seasons with that team, and that would have won the league. Would have been beautiful. But he couldn't keep anyone together, unfortunately. I said the last one, all of them were gone by then. Kleb and all of them, man, too. Walcott was coming through. Yep, Theo. Arsenal were no longer great when Henry left, which is why I say he was we wasn't. No. You don't just not become great overnight, because the season after, like I said, we nearly won the league. We was top of the league up until March. Robin Van Persie. Adebayor scored 24 goals in that replacement year for Henry. 24 league goals. Come on, man. He was a beast. He was actually an absolute beast. But no one looks back or remembers that time. But Adebayor could have been world class. He could have been spoke about greater than Drogba, but he was a prat. He was just a prat. Absolute prat. The season Eduardo had his legs snapped in Feb. Yeah. If he had bought Anelka in Jan, Arsenal, but he couldn't buy Anelka because Anelka did not deserve to come back to Arsenal, man. And Eduardo was mustard. Because you're saying if we bought, because Eduardo was doing bits and bobs before he got injured. He was sick. Absolute monster. A man would have even forgotten about RVP for Arsenal. Trust. But that's how it goes. Nearly winning the league doesn't make it. No. I'm saying that team was a good team, but again, we had to sell players every year. Anyway. You go and watch Man City, Charlie boy. I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll talk about Nico Williams or whatever football brings us. Nico, before I go, Nico Williams against Man United was absolute dog. If that's what we think is going to be the replacement for Martinelli, I don't know about that. I'm not sure. That's not an upgrade in my opinion. In my opinion, that is not a Forgan upgrade. Whoo! I'm shook. Anyway, I need to do this new show for you, man. Over and out.